Hi, this is Teri Healy, bringing you some extraordinary transformation. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in today. You're listening to WVLP at 103.1 FM, also live streaming at WVLP.org. Today's show is brought to you by Ryan Eberhardt from Diamond Residential Mortgage. Don't assume all mortgage companies are the same or that all loan officers are the same. They're not. Ryan is exceptional. He has a true love for the craft and cares about his clients and their families and their pocketbooks. His office is conveniently located on Route 30 at 350 Northland Drive in Valparaiso. His direct phone line is area code 219-707-8429. Ryan, thanks so much for supporting community radio and WVLP and my show. Today, we are turning the tables a little bit. I am very fortunate.
I'm walking out, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to go sit with David Letterman in the green room.
Oh, there we go. Bring him. Did he retire?
Oh, he's got another show.
He's got another show that's on Netflix.
My next guest is on Netflix. Yeah.
I did not have to watch it.
Yeah, we're still waiting for our invitation, though.
Yeah. Right. Well, you think it's this Hoosiers.
That's right.
And celebrities that we are.
Exactly.
He should be opening this up.
David, when are we going to get the invitation?
Right.
Seriously, gosh.
So,
what are we here for?
Well, for those of you that listen to my show that don't recognize the voices that you hear in the background, today I have the privilege to interview Bill and Callie, the Bill and Callie Show, also hosts on WVLP. A whole lot more progressive than I am. They're going in a lot of different directions that I'm not. And I just kind of wanted to plug in with them, check in, see what they're up to.
Great.
And I thought, good start of 2019. Let's see what's going on with them professionally and personally and all scopes, I guess, if you want to go right. Personally, yeah.
Can we clear that with our agent?
Uh-oh, gotta watch what you say. Watch what you say.
Well, cool.
Well, let's start out. So I know that you've got some vision for 2019, some things that a little bit off the radar from what you've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the biggest things that you think are going to be coming up for you?
Well, one thing that we thought of doing is staging these conversations around, and we did this kind of when I had my show before. This wonderful lady and beautiful actress came along and stole the show and my heart, and
in one fell swoop.
I had no say-so whatsoever. But before that, we did roundtable discussions on the substance abuse in Porter County, domestic violence, which we may be starting up again, and those worked really well. People shared valuable information. So what we're going to do is expand that a bit. As opposed to doing those things that we're looking at things that specifically around here, the entire region, as opposed to just Porter County, and put things together like on travel, because Kelly is a travel agent. We're also looking at doing something with the food industry, where we get some people who are involved in the food industry sitting around a round table discussing what's going on in the Chicago area and Northwest Indiana. And so those are our type of ideas that put some of these things together. I hope to put something together that like a town hall fashion, where we can invite people into some hall somewhere, whether it be the visitor center or some hall, and have someone come and talk to the group on whether it be a politician, whether it be someone of note, a business owner, and have audience ask them questions as Kelly and I sit back and take it easy.
Oh, that'd be wonderful. Like just to have that interaction.
Yes.
I think that's kind of missing, from the format and the way that we're doing things now. So you mentioned the food industry, and so the question that I had was, are you talking about like restaurants or food suppliers or?
Well, right now,
mostly
restaurants.
Okay. And talking about new trends and what they're doing with their places, and getting all that good information from them, sharing with each other.
Yeah, so much is going on. So many restaurants, so many neat restaurants going on. Well, this place we're number one, and then we have the overstuffed skillets and sandwiches on 45th Avenue. Just any number of neat
Grindhouse and different places, and a lot of the people that run them, Byway Brewing.
Yeah, and the breweries,
they're all culinary backgrounds.
Yeah.
All the people that own them have a culinary
interesting.
background.
Yeah.
So it's
So getting those folks together around a table and have them talk about their, bring their view of the table, what's going
Their
on,
vision,
their visions,
what's-
their, what's going on in their individual restaurant, and what they see is going around in the region. And again, we're going to bring in other topics as well. Like I
and
said.
we'll continue to do, nonprofits and different things like that, get their word out about them, because we're very passionate about supporting them and talking about all the good things that are going on in the region. I mean, there's enough bad news in the world, and we want to spin that positive.
Right, and unfortunately, that there's so much bad news. Is the good news isn't getting out. I mean, there's people out there that are attempting, but it's so focused. And there's things that day by day they're going on, like here in Highland, great things going on, and it just gets lost in the noise. And so we're going to do is pick up that noise and amplify it and let people know what's going on.
I love it.
And whether it's being a new business opening, a ribbon cutting, someone new developing a new company in the area, so that type of thing, and just keep it.
Something exciting going on in a new town or a new city, something that's being brought in.
I love the vision. Obviously, we share the same vision, I guess, of kind of bringing some more good out there. And to me, I see it like a set of scales, and kind of like we need to counterbalance it a little bit because it's way off balance.
Yes,
now.
it is.
But I also know human nature is that people are more gravitating toward the negative. They'll go for the, looking for the crash about to happen and
Right.
The explosion ready to go. That's the wiring. So I think that's part of why the good stuff doesn't get.
Yeah, one of the things I think that we're going to try to do, and this is where this person next to me comes in, is make it entertaining. Like we've had her come on as a character once.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, she in her own right is a character.
No, I wasn't a character. I was gone, and Lily LaRue filled in for me.
Lily LaRue.
Lily LaRue.
Who is Lily LaRue? Tell me about her.
Lily LaRue is the makeup artist to the stars, darling.
Oh, got it.
Yes, she came on. She was here with her client, Peppa Pig. Because
The Peppa Pig?
The Peppa Pig was making an appearance in Griffith.
Oh my God.
So she flew in to the Gary Airport in a private jet for her client, which she didn't want to name at the time, but she did let everyone know that they were very good friends with Danny Dog and Candy Cat. We talked about all the different celebrities, and
that
Bill
she could
thought
talk about.
for some reason that she was from like Brooklyn or the Bronx or something.
New Jersey.
No, I'm not hearing
Or
that.
Jersey.
No.
And I was like, no, darling. I'm from Louisiana. This is a Cajun accent.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's Louisiana. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I was struggling to figure it
It
out
was
too.
a lot of
I'm listening and I'm trying to pick it up.
But how could you not know? It's Louisiana.
So if you can imagine Lily LaRue interviewing someone,
I can imagine it.
and or any other characters that Kelly has in her storage room.
Right, to pull out of the hat.
Right, and so there's that. And that's something that we feel that's the news industry is missing. People want entertainment. They want to be entertained. Every time you turn on media now, that's why we love WGN TV news.
Morning
My
crew
gosh,
especially.
the morning crew gets it. They totally get it.
I mean, they give you the news, but at the same time, they're having fun.
Oh.
So, I mean, they're very
Yeah,
serious
fun.
about, the stories that are important, but there's also fun going on. You can tell they really like each other. They get along. They share memories and different things and old clips, and it's lovely.
The only problem is that we'll have to learn to get along.
Then that's going to be a challenge.
It's,
From what I'm picking up and what I see on social
Yeah,
media.
it's terrible.
oh gosh, it's a struggle.
It's a struggle.
It is,
Well,
I'm sorry.
So I also like the vision, and this is where I was going to go aside from the shared vision that we have, or the commitment is that you want to help businesses promote themselves.
Absolutely.
And especially our small businesses. Years ago I had a friend who said that if I've got $10 in my pocket and I'm hungry, I'm going to go to the small mom and pop place versus the chain.
Absolutely.
Because that's what keeps our communities going. That's what keeps, I guess, life going. Because otherwise we'll all just be, getting all of our food delivered. We'll never get out there and do those things. Well, you've got to have some good people interested in that.
Oh yeah. And got a couple. Like I said, we're before the show, we're getting them together for a meeting and discuss this and how they want to go about it. And these are some extremely passionate people in the food industry. Especially one. I mean, he's very, very passionate about what he does, and so getting them together and telling their story. But that's something else that we've done is through our with non-for-profits or a business, we feel like we've helped people tell their story.
Right.
We kind of sit down with them and go through real quickly, and if there's questions or something that we feel could be worded slightly differently, just to let people know this is what they can do and or this is the service they provide, and that's what we try to do is we are kind of their megaphone, and we don't want to tell their story for them, because there's a danger in that. Everything we do is trying to interpret what they do and just make sure it's understandable. And they may be so passionate, but their communication skills are a little off, and that's what what we try to convey, and their story, and make sure that their message gets out.
Gotcha. I like it. I had a run over the summertime of doing a lot with non-for-profits, right on the verge of a fundraiser, and I don't know what that was about, but it seems like I kept getting connected to places, and then it would give an opportunity for them to shed light on it, make awareness, bring awareness to what they're up to, and then there would be the opportunity to say, oh, and by the way, within the next couple of days, this is what's going to be happening out in the community. And I did have one particular one, and I won't name it by name, but she had contacted me after to say that after the show had broadcast, she'd gotten a very sizable anonymous donation.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
so it was like, oh my God, well, that's what it's about,
that's
right?
what it's about.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, because we just, all that stuff needs to be.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just, there's so much clamoring for our attention and for our pocketbook and, for our charitable donation, because there's only so much of that you can give. It's just nice to know when you can spread it around a bit.
Right.
And it's one of the things that we're feeling amazed about every time we think we know all the non-for-profits and all the charities and causes out there, we run into another one. It's it's like we had Lighthouse Hammond call and message us and say, hey, can we get on the show? And I said, by all means. And that was neat, because I heard about it, but I've never. It's a women's.
You hear about, but you don't know everything about it. What all they do and what their outreach is, and getting to know that is wonderful.
Yeah, the Lighthouse was a woman's recovery home, and so and they have a men's also in Lafayette, and so they came on, and their outreach person came on and told about her story, and then told about everything, and so, but that's still amazing and that's something else that we're going to continue doing in 2019. In fact, that's been we look back. I put a post out there just to, actually when I created that post, I was shocked myself. How many non-for-profits that we had on our show, everywhere from Habitat for Humanity, Girls on the Run,
Cancer
Resource Center, and then of course the Lighthouse that was just on, and the Mental Health Association. So it went on and that's something we always feel good about, because we feel like if we told our story, we make everything a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you never know what's going to pull at somebody's heartstring.
Exactly.
And if they know that it's there. Lighthouse just hit my radar. I think through the holidays, somebody must have been doing a drive.
They were doing a masquerade. They did a masquerade party for New Year's Eve. They did a big thing. The women put it all together and everything. It was lots of fun. They want to make it an annual event now.
Yeah, they promoted it, and but they contacted us like literally a week before it, and we just couldn't fit them in, and then they came on after it, and it was a success.
Yeah, it was very successful.
And so then hopefully we'll get them on again next year, and maybe we can attend next year.
I think we can.
I didn't have a mask.
They provided.
The women at the house made masks and everything. So if you didn't have one, they had them there.
I would have gone.
Yeah,
isn't that funny? Because I see things and I kind of out and about and light on my feet. So I do different things. And I thought, oh gosh, if I had the mask, I would be there.
Yeah.
Next year.
Next year, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no
And
worries
then
about
you won't even, if you're there and we're there, you won't even know if we're there.
Right,
We'll
'cause
be
we'll
having
be
a
in
mask
masks.
on. Yeah. It'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
That's why I never go to see a psychic, because they know I'm coming.
Right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like it. So it sounds like you've got like very diverse ideas of what you want to be doing with your show coming up. And then are you thinking about like a rotation of things? Like, the first week will be this, second week will be that kind of thing? Or is this going to be...
We are still working on that.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
we
Sometimes
put,
it's difficult to, if you have 12 non-for-profits that contact you,
Right.
and you only have a certain amount of other things,
Right.
kind of do more shows about the nonprofits because
Right.
you've got them.
Right.
but we're trying to formulate a schedule, especially now that we're going to have these roundtables on, because it's some pretty busy folk that we're going to have to fit into the windmill and try to get them synchronized, and so in a couple more weeks we'll have things finalized
Right.
where we know what schedule things are going to happen in.
And also, if there's groups out there that are interested, please reach out to us on the
Yeah.
Bill and Callie Show. You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our website. Google us. And let us know. I mean, any small businesses, non-for-profits, anything like that. I mean, we did a
Or,
wonderful
yeah,
show at the Moran Inn, which it was a wonderful
Oh,
bed
man.
and breakfast in DeMont, Indiana, which we didn't know
Yeah,
anything
it is
about. And we went there, and it's
beautiful.
gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful location.
Wow.
The people who
And-
run it are amazing. They have from Memorial Day through Labor Day in their backyard, they have a saltwater heated pool.
Oh, no.
And it overlooks the 15th green of the Sandy Pines golf course there. They have a pavilion with a little bar and a flat screen TV. You can just sit outside, relax, and everything. It's just
And
it
a
was
venue
phenomenal.
for
We didn't
weddings.
even know.
A beautiful venue for weddings. Oh my goodness.
At
Yeah.
the golf course and
Yeah.
everything.
And,
it was phenomenal.
Yeah, so we learned a lot, and we posted the video, and hopefully a lot of people got it. In fact, I think
Yeah.
it's getting up there like 2,000 views or something. So yeah,
It's a great place.
Yeah, and but it's one of these places that was like if you can imagine like a 5-star hotel, but yet you're staying with family.
Right.
That's
how you
what
felt.
that's
Right.
how you
That's
felt.
how you felt. And then you walked in, you felt like you were just part of the family.
You came downstairs to, oh my gosh,
Wonderful
a
home-cooked
wonderful
breakfast.
Yeah.
On real china with real crystal, with real tablecloths and linens, and
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, it was great.
How many rooms do they have there?
They have 4. One is an ensuite that has its own private bathroom and everything like that, and then there's 3 regular rooms that share the one bathroom, but it's got a jacuzzi tub in it and double sinks. It's lovely. Yeah, it's a
It'd
really
be
nice
an
place.
ideal place if you were wanting to take your family away for a weekend. Maybe take the boys for a golf trip, and the wives can go to the wineries.
Wonderful
Right.
romantic
Yeah,
place
and-
to go to, and girls' weekend. I'm thinking of getting my girlfriends together maybe in the spring and going out. And,
I like
Well, we're
that.
turning
Swimming in
this
the pool.
into a Moran Inn commercial.
yeah, well,
And why not?
why
We'll
not?
give we'll
It was
give them
great.
another plug.
We had a wonderful time.
Belinda,
Yeah,
We love you.
guys.
Well, I like the idea of the round table, and I like the idea of the town hall meeting concept. I can see like a lot of people, if it were a political conversation, being real interested in the town hall meetings. That seems to be a draw for that.
Right.
Yeah, and I think there's an interest because and it's just not politicians. It's someone like maybe someone that does something interesting for the community, and as opposed to having this typical show where it's just us, someone out there may have a question, and if we create an environment like a town hall meeting, but put the person up on stage and
Or a couple of people, a little
couple of
panel
people
or
and
something, where
panel.
people can get
Yeah.
some ideas. And
Yeah, and so we'll see how that goes, and I guess the biggest step for us though is, and we just did this recently, and this is besides what we're doing at WVLP, because WVLP is a non-for-profit and a volunteer station supported by underwriters, so that we're going to continue volunteering at. But Bill and Kelly Show at YouTube and iTunes and all will become a commercial product.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we decided that we've been putting way too much into this project of ours, and it's been my dream to be like on a radio station. So this isn't a radio station, but it's ours.
Yeah.
So
well, and maybe it's the wave of the future.
With licensing now and the FCC, they're not going to be licensing many more stations, and we don't have a platform with the exception of WBLP. So right now it's social media and storing videos up on either YouTube or our website, and people can view them at their leisure. So
and then listen as well with the podcast, while you're driving and listening to it at your leisure as well.
Yeah, and that's something we're finding more and more of, specifically with the millennials. They are more in tune, and this kind of blew me in a way because I always thought video, because we put a lot of effort into video.
Yeah, you do.
But what we're finding is people do want the podcast because they're so busy. They wake up in the morning, and before they go off to work, they do their updates on their podcast. They're
listen to it as they're driving into work or on the train into the city.
Yeah, and and spare moments they can just start catching up, and that's what I keep on hearing, the word catching up on my podcast, and that's what is being done now. So in fact, that's why I started out doing it. I didn't think people were listening, so we did the video, and now I'm finding just the opposite. So now we'll still do all platforms, but we're finding out it's important to keep the podcast going. So,
well, I like that you've got a foot in each pool, or a toe in each water, I guess. I don't know how to say that eloquently, except that I know some people are podcasters and some people are not.
Right.
So those may always be your video devotees.
Right.
The ones that always want to see you on that forum. But how is your YouTube going? I mean, do you have quite a bit of...
No, views on YouTube are not really good right now. We get more traction on Facebook now.
Okay.
And I think that's because we haven't promoted our YouTube channel. I mention it, but we don't promote it all that often. Actually, one of our guests opted to share our YouTube channel more so than the video that we had on Facebook, and that particular one has like 100 views on it, which is unusual for us on YouTube. Our Facebook videos generally range from anywhere from 500 to 1,200 views on up to 3,000 views. And
it's great traffic.
I think it's just that we didn't, and there are some thoughts about us not doing Facebook and just sharing, YouTube. So we still have to figure that out. So I don't. Yeah.
Are you doing anything with any other platforms like Instagram or Twitter?
We do have an Instagram account that we update periodically, and I'm thinking about toying around with the video. We don't, so that is possible, because I know my son, I just saw a video that he posted on his business page off his Instagram, and that's something that is, talking about the different avenues within social media, and we've been talking about this for years. You have Twitter, you have Instagram, and you have probably 10, 15 different video platforms, Vivo and YouTube, and it's like, gosh, what do you put your resources in, and I don't think anyone has gotten that answer yet, because there's so many of them. And right now what we're using, and it seems to be our predominant platform, is Facebook, but at some point, I don't know, Facebook changes a lot. So
they certainly do.
Yeah, and we're looking at a stable platform that people can go to and view our shows easily, without having to search for them. And that's what we're working on now, is trying to reorganize things.
Well, last fall, I actually engaged a woman who's a social media strategist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I do other things aside from the radio show as well, but we keep hearing, you need to do this, you need to be, posting every day, and I thought, heaven, no, not me. It's not me. It doesn't resonate with me. So I was searching for somebody to do my social media posting, because that's so cumbersome. It's like, the thought of recreating and where you're going to pull content and all that kind of stuff. And I got led to this woman, and really, really interesting conversation about, how you can take take it and customize it to what fits for you, what you can do easily, what's going to give you the most traction, and it is not what everybody's telling us to do in the moment.
Yeah.
So the big clamor that I hear is you've got to be on Instagram. You've got to be on Instagram. Facebook's a dying dinosaur, and they're monkeying with us too much.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the direction that she's sending me, and just how to promote yourself it was eye-opening. So we had like a 2-hour initial consultation, and months later my head is still like cycling and spinning.
It makes me laugh because at convention for my travel agency business, the company that I work for, we had a big convention and somebody was talking about they pay their neighbor kid to do social, like $20 a week to do social media posting and stuff for him because he doesn't understand it that much, and he knows this kid knows what everybody's kind of looking at, and so he just pays his little neighbor kid to do his social media for him. I thought that's brilliant.
That is.
Yeah.
It's the joke, like I can't get my VCR or my DVD to play, like I'll call the grandkids, they'll come over, they'll know how to do it.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, I think you do need to have someone step out and look in and say, this is what these are the trends, and because it definitely does get confusing. The platforms are varied out there, and it's
constantly changing too.
Yeah.
New things popping up,
and if you don't like to do it, so my issue was I don't like to do it. So, and when I see like if somebody's posting too much, it's almost like I don't even want to look at what they're posting because I feel saturated. So, and every so often I'll pick it up and open it up and see what they're up to. But so kind of balancing all that out.
Now, here's what I've gotten from millennial. Because millennials don't like Facebook. They like Snapchat, and for various reasons. And now all these companies started doing Snapchat, putting stories on Snapchat and all. And now these kids are saying, oh, geez, the parents are here again.
Those old people are diluting it.
And I think they're looking for a new place to be. And, the Instagram, we're going to Instagram. The kids are constantly trying to keep in front of the parents and say, oh, gosh, the old people are here again. Really?
Time to find a new place.
Yeah, we thought we had a place our own, and here they're Snapchatting with us now. That's gross.
Right. Well, didn't we do those things when we were younger too?
Of course.
Oh yeah. Some scary stuff. But
and I just had a thought it's gone, so there it went. Something about the social media and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, I know. It was just that Facebook has started something with the story feature as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't understand it, and I accidentally created a story and it wasn't the objective. I was just going to post something and all of a sudden it became a story. So
when you post like a picture now, it will ask you to there's 2 buttons down there you can click on whether you just want to put it in your post or put it in your story. So I do both, and I have to send it up. And I don't, it's like one of those things, oh gosh, this is another avenue. It's like, seriously, I'm just, come on. But there's people that they see it, you get a list of people who've seen it, and that's what you don't get with the normal post. You don't get a list of people that have actually seen it. You just get who's liked it, right? So the story lets people, you could get to see who's actually seen it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good to know. Because then I guess you'd know who you're resonating with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's still confusing. I don't know. I'm going to follow the millennials, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
I'll be the creepy old man that shows up and
I'm invited the creepy old man in.
Oh, we gotta move again.
Right.
I'll keep him in a constant method of packing up and moving.
That's right.
There'll always be that one kid
my
that's
goal
somebody's
in life.
dad.
Yeah.
They're nice. That's somebody's dad. So I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. You are listening to WBLP 103.1 FM, also live streaming at WBLP.org. I do want to put a mention out there. WVLP is a community radio station, so we rely on our underwriters and the generous support of the community. So if you're interested in giving a financial donation, it's very easy to do. Just log on to wvlp.org/support. You can do a one-time donation, $5.
Yeah.
You can put a plug in there. Or you can do an ongoing one. So kind of put it into your coffee budget, right?
Yeah.
$5 a week going out to WVLP. I want to thank everybody who's donated and those that are going to be doing so in the future. So again, for anybody just tuning in, I have the opportunity to interview Bill and Callie of the Bill and Callie Show, also hosts on WVLP, and just having an engaging conversation kind of where they're heading, what's going on, and the outlook, and this social media is kind of where we're landing. But anything else going on? Where are you going to travel to? You are a travel agent.
I am a travel agent, and I am passionate about travel. I've only been a travel agent maybe a year and a half, going on 2 years.
Really?
But I've been traveling my whole entire life. I'm very passionate about that as well. So I'm leaving for Costa Rica on the 25th.
Oh,
so I'm super excited. I
nice.
haven't been there. I'm going with my girlfriend Maggie, and we're going to explore, and I'm going to learn new things that I can help share with my clients when they want to go on trips. And that's the one thing I find is my going places makes it easier for me to sell those places too, because I'm passionate about them and I know what I can, tell people about, and I can say, oh, this restaurant was great, or this hotel was wonderful, or I wouldn't recommend you go here. And so it's great. And I know we're doing a cruise in July. We're going to Alaska on an Azamara cruise with my travel agent boss, who's also my girlfriend, and her husband and their granddaughter that they're raising. We're doing that, and then Karen and I are doing a cruise to Bermuda in August. Or no, yeah.
And I know what everyone's thinking. Oh, is that neat? Bill gets to go along. And I was,
No, I wasn't going to assume that.
No. He goes to Alaska.
I'm going to Alaska. She goes to Bermuda, blah, 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 all the warm, hot places. She takes me to Alaska.
Hey, Alaska's cool.
I've heard
I know.
It's beautiful.
And it's in July,
beautiful.
so it will...
it's during whale watch season and everything. It's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
So, are you going to do any zip lining, Costa Rica?
Yes, we're doing zip lining. We're going horseback riding on the beach. I'm hoping to go visit a coffee farm. I'm going to be talking to a woman. We're friends with the people from Small Town Coffee, which is a small roasting group, and Annette and Elizabeth.
Them.
They're wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
And Annette and Elizabeth just started doing Costa Rican coffee from a coffee co-op in Costa Rica. They hadn't been. We were talking about it when they were introducing the coffee, and they're getting ready to go to Costa Rica as well. We were laughing about that.
Yeah.
But the woman who runs this co-op in Costa Rica is going to be at an event that they're doing on Saturday. So I'm going to get to talk to her, and I'm hoping that where she does her coffee growing is somewhere semi-close to where I'll be, because I would love to go.
Oh, without a doubt.
Visit a coffee farm and see all the cool things that they do.
That would be amazing.
So I'm super excited to go.
Now, is your trip going to overlap with the gals from Small Town?
I think 2 days we might be overlap, so it would be
Cool.
fun if I could meet up with them and stuff.
Liz
yeah.
and Annette.
They're wonderful.
I like their product, and they also have a delivery service. Last time I checked it out,
We get our coffee delivered every 2 weeks.
okay, there we go. So
And Dexter greets them.
And Dexter and then Naya greet them.
They actually, there's something they've done just recently that's that made its way on social media. A couple of things: that they're opening their place in Crown Point, their roastery, and also now their Highland blend, which they specially blended for the community foundation in Highland. So portions of proceeds from the sale of that coffee go to the foundation, which...
Well, they're very big on giving back to the community.
Yeah, very big back, which has a lot...
Which is great.
Yeah, they fund a lot of art projects and some other things in the area.
Right.
So that is now going to be available in Strax and Van Tills and Highland. Their Highland blend.
Highland blend.
They have a special...
Yeah.
So congratulations to them.
Yes.
And congratulations to Highland, because every time you buy a bag, a portion goes to the community foundation. So it's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice to know
they're
they'll be there.
wonderful women, and
Well, you know what? It's funny that you say that. I don't know them.
Okay.
But I know I happened upon their product at Cafe Fresco in Crown Point.
Yeah.
And gave it a go. Loved it.
Yes.
And you get a certain feeling around something, but it's hard to find it. So I think I tried finding it in grip at the Growlers, and they don't carry it very often. Or maybe they just sell out.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that
could
be a
be
good problem
too.
to have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but how nice that they're wonderful people.
Oh, they
yeah.
are.
Yeah, they're great
They're
people.
amazing
Yeah.
young women, and I'm very happy to
we're
know
happy
them.
and they're happy that they're starting to take off as one of these businesses that's founded in the community and supports the community, and they are growing, and their Costa Rican coffee is amazing.
Really good.
Yeah, it's one of the few coffees, and if Elizabeth is out there, she isn't a very big advocate of using creamer, and so there's very few coffees that I can drink without creamer. The Costa Rican is one of them. It's so rich and mellow. It is beautiful.
stop.
It is.
It is. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
All their coffees are good.
Yeah.
So I'm on a cleanse, right? So
Yeah.
January
Oh, no coffee. No coffee.
No cleanse is no coffee? Oh, it's
Yeah.
just tea, huh?
Yeah, just herbal tea.
Herbal tea.
Yeah.
Can't
So
have the
it's
caffeine
boy.
in it and stuff.
But, it'll give me something to strive for. February
you go.
1, cleanses
There
up.
you go.
I'm already going for that.
Perfect.
Now
I go
did-
on a cleanse, and I usually just have light beer,
versus
and
the hard
it's
stuff.
like water, bottled
Yeah.
water, as compared to the craft beers that we usually.
Yeah, I'm a craft beer person.
Yeah, we are.
Like a stout or a porter is kind of where I'll go. I don't do an IPA or any of the light
Right.
stuff, so.
Yeah, but after you've had that, Coors Light is like water. It's
Yeah, I can
literally.
imagine.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, no risk there. I don't drink beer. Not my thing. So, but yeah, 30 days, no coffee.
Hey.
Just shoot me
Yeah.
now.
You know what? It makes me
Maybe
think,
I
like,
can't
I'll
stand
really
that.
appreciate when I have it again.
Yes, that's true.
So back to the small town thing. I didn't catch on their website that they did much in the community, like they reinvested in the community.
They're doing several projects. I take it with the Community Foundation in Highland. The special Highland roast is one of them, and like I said, and that you can go to the Highland Strax over there on Klein Avenue
Right.
and
Klein and
45th. And they have a special display for small town.
Nice.
And so every time you purchase a bag of the Highland blend, portions of those proceeds go to the Highland Foundation.
But they also do other things too with their coffees for different things.
Yeah,
so.
they do. They supply coffees for different events and so on. But they're very community founded, so that it's kind of interesting. That's why I think everyone's happy to see their success, because they know that they've done so much for the community and are supportive of the community. So yeah, neat people. They one of the success stories of the people that we've had on the show.
Is the Highland
Not because
blend
of us,
Costa
because
Rican?
beg
Sorry,
pardon?
jumping in. I can't.
No, that's okay.
No, it's. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
quite
I
frankly,
didn't
I'm
really
not-
even read the whole bag.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wish they were here to answer that question,
Yeah.
but
I have to research that.
Like the Red Rider blend. I'm not sure what all is in that, but
Yeah.
that was their Christmas blend, the Red Rider, which I thought was adorable.
That's fun.
It has a regional tie.
Yeah.
Hammond boy, but
yeah, they do a good job though. But I mean, the Highlands got special branding, and they've got a special package
Yep.
for it and everything. So
Love it. Love
Very
it.
cool. Yeah.
So everyone hustle out. I'm gonna
Absolutely.
get a bag and just as
Yeah.
long as
Oh,
I don't
you should.
open it,
Keep
I think it'll be fine.
You're fine.
If
Yeah.
I open it, it's, all bets
Oh
are
yeah,
off.
yeah,
Get
right.
cleansed.
Because the minute you smell it, you're
I
like,
know. Right.
yeah, oh yeah. Every time I open a bag of small town, it's like, oh man.
yeah. And we get the whole
Just have a
beans, and I can
religious
smell it.
moment.
Like he grinds
It's-
it out there, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
it smells good.
Not a bad addiction to have.
No.
I did one of my shows. I did at Maple Leaf Roasters in Michigan City.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because he does a lot of fundraising for non-for-profits as well. He's got a great blend too. But he's more of like, if you're interested in the flavored, I guess, more flavored coffees, that's the go-to.
And that's,
Yeah.
I remember going in there, and when you go in the door, you're just hit with this maple syrupy smell, and that. But yeah, if you do like flavored, specifically maple flavored coffee, it's a place to go. And they've got some good pastries there too as well. So it's right off of 12, and it's right across from the grocery store over there on 12 in Michigan City. I can't think of the name
Rumley?
of the
Could it be a
crossroad.
Rumley Road, or I can't remember. Off the top
That
of
sounds
my head.
familiar. But they're, what is the name of the grocery stores that are out in
Al's?
LaPorte County? Al's.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they're like right across the. Yeah,
Another good
down
I
the
always
road.
remember that because I would tease my dad. Whenever I would take him with me to rehearsals in Michigan City, I'd be like, Dad, I didn't know you owned a grocery store.
where you're burying the money in the mason jar in the
Yeah, that's
backyard.
right. Who knew?
Well, it's an ethnic thing. Yeah, years ago I was married to somebody who was Polish, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
Is they took their cash and they either hid it in the shed, in the bucket of nails. So they would roll the cash up and then they'd surround it with the bucket
Nails?
of nails in the mason jar, or
Very
they'd bury it in the
smart.
backyard. Yeah.
My grandmother
Well-
put dollars in between like pages of books. So I remember when she passed away, my parents
Everybody
had to
was
go through like every book. They had to look under the carpet, in between. Yeah.
Yes.
They would hide their money.
And that, very young. This was their first husband, and he had an uncle that passed. So we were going to the home to pay respects. Everybody was in the backyard with shovels. It was like the weirdest thing. It was like you saw animals were upturning the grass because everybody was looking for the mason jars.
That's
at that
right.
time.
It's an Italian family. It's time to worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I offend any of my Italian friends out there, but it's true.
Yeah.
No,
Italian-
it is not. Stop. Terrible.
I'm going to get whacked.
That's right.
So I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. You
Yes.
are listening to WVLP 103.1 FM, also live streaming at WVLP.org. Lack of coffee, my words aren't coming out right? The risk of herbal tea. Today interviewing Bill and Kelly of the Bill and Kelly Show and talking about what's going on with some of the guests that they've interviewed last year, and then also what's going on for them in the upcoming
In the
year.
future, yeah.
Kelly is a travel agent, only been doing it for 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah.
I would have assumed much longer.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, just based on where you're traveling to and kind of the little bit that I catch, about what's going on
Well,
for
like
you.
I said, I'm passionate about travel, so.
Well, and it's interesting that you're coming into it like after that whole conversation kind of shifted. I have a family member who's been a travel agent for 30 or 40 years. So she talks about when they used to do the fam trips, and you talk about wanting to visit a locale or a venue,
Yeah.
so that you can properly advise your clients on it. But I don't know, do they still pay you to do that? Give you free rooms and?
You get a little bit of a discount, but not that much.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to go and see everything and learn about it. I mean, it's a win-win for the company and everything like that. But I mostly just travel because I want to.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
I mean, fam trips and things like that. They do have them, but they're very specific. Like you have to go during this time or whatever. And I'm so busy with so many things that doesn't really work out in my schedule. So.
Well, they're probably bringing you there off season, right? When they're not booking
Sometimes, but sometimes it's just the company wants to do a fam trip or something, and
promote.
yeah, and it doesn't work out in my schedule. There was actually a fam trip to Israel that I was like, but it's while I'm in Costa Rica, so not going. That's okay. I'll go on my own sometime.
Yeah, Israel will be there for you.
Oh yeah.
I love that you're going to Costa Rica, though.
Oh, I'm excited.
That's
Very
exciting.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the pictures.
No kidding. Right, because you'll be home. We'll be home.
I'm all
Yeah, 'cause he'll be
giggly
home.
now.
It's going to be cold.
Somebody has to watch the dogs, know.
Right.
And post the pictures that you send.
Right.
That's right.
Are they going to be able to give you pictures of the zip lining?
Oh, I'm sure we'll get pictures of the zip.
Do they do? I don't know.
I
I've
don't
never-
know,
it's on
but
my
I'm
bucket
sure
list.
I'll
It's
have
like-
somebody. I'll have somebody do that.
But too bad we can't strap the GoPro to you. That would be an interesting experience.
Actually, I could if I took it.
Yeah, probably.
No.
No.
Do you want it gone from you for?
Boy.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah,
are you
maybe.
going to go for? How long is your trip?
8 days.
Okay. You can do without the GoPro for 8 days. Could you imagine the footage of ziplining with a GoPro strapped to you?
Oh yeah, plus her screaming her head off. Yeah, that'd be
No,
great
you're not gonna- she's not gonna
entertainment.
scream.
Scream my head off.
Have
No,
you
I'm
ever
not-
been ziplining before?
Maybe, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. I am not going to be screaming my head off.
Especially if the GoPro's strapped on.
What do you mean by screening?
I am going to just be in awe of everything I'm seeing while I'm ziplining across a beautiful rainforest.
How fast do you go when you're ziplining?
I have no idea.
Not very
I don't either.
fast. It's kind of like a gravity thing. So it's a line that dips down, so you get this inertia going through, and but it is awesome. I mean, and it's very well controlled. I went in Cozumel, I believe it was.
Oh, see, poor thing.
And,
Never goes anywhere.
And yeah. And the interesting thing about that trip is that so we did the zip lining all through their forest and their jungle, and then we got to these waterfalls, and this is where I kind of had an interesting moment. So everyone was rappelling down the falls. And it was about chest deep water, so I go ahead and rappel. And as soon as I hit the water, it was ice cold.
Oh.
And I screamed like a schoolgirl.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting experience, but the zip lining is neat. Yeah, you'll love it.
It's on my bucket list. It's my next to do.
And maybe I could send some duct tape, make sure the GoPro doesn't fall off while you're zip lining. Duct tape it on.
I think that means you're going to get to take it.
Well, they have that little thing you can
If she
put on your
duct tapes
head.
They do.
You
They
know,
do.
I can do that, or the little chest thing.
Your Hello Kitty duct tape.
Yes, I could duct tape it with my Hello Kitty duct tape. You're right.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
It is a
Julie's
thing.
thing.
I believe it.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a door and a washing machine duct thing that's all fixed by Hello Kitty.
There you go. Because it works.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, I picture
I just
zip lining like really being in between, like screaming your head off and leisurely taking in the sights. I don't think you're going to be meandering.
Oh no,
I
no,
don't.
no, because
No,
you're going
it
really
is.
fast, but
Yeah.
It's not that bad. You get it's like I said, it's kind of like
but it's not.
You'll
like,
get to see as you're going across. You'll get to see
Right,
the bottom
see
and
everything.
all. So
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah, I don't think I'll be screaming. I think I'm just going to be in awe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
I'm just
I think
saying
I'm just gonna
screaming
be
because there was a lady behind me that was screaming. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, and it
That
was
would be
not.
annoying.
Well, the thing is,
kidding.
she didn't do what they told her to. You have to grab the cable, the harness just right, or put your feet up around the harness just right, or you will turn around. And so her feet dropped, and she was.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, I might scream then,
Yeah, that'll compromise your
but I think I'll
experience.
just
Oh, I want
pay
that
attention and do
GoPro
it
strapped
right.
on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then purposely do the spin thing.
No, spinning and I
No.
don't get along.
No, wouldn't
No,
me either. Like
I
motion,
don't.
they would
Yeah,
motion
no, I'm
sickness
not.
would
I'm
be
not
bad.
a.
There's entertainment value in it.
For somebody,
who?
Yeah, not
for you.
For you.
For
yeah.
our listeners, no, I think we'll do a survey pretty
Okay,
soon.
what is something that if you did it, it would make you feel sick to your stomach?
Well, I can't say that on in
Okay, well,
public.
whatever that is, then I'm going to make you do that too. 'cause
With the
that's
GoPro.
what spinning does to me.
Oh, eating peas.
That's it. I'm going to get the GoPro and show me eating peas. There.
You want to know what our shows are like? Yeah.
This is it. This is it. I like it. I like it. Now, do you have motion sickness at all?
For spinning.
Yeah.
But like on a ship or a sailboat or
You're
things
good.
like that, I'm good.
Well, I had it. I don't have it anymore because I've been eating ginger for quite a while. So that
Yes, it
alleviates
helps.
all that.
Yes, it does.
But I remember doing a tandem skydive and thinking, oh, yeah.
You went a tandem.
I did. I sure
man.
did.
See, it's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know have done it, and I'm like, oh man, I got to so do that.
You've got to do it. You've got to do it. I have 2 adult children. So one Christmas, that was the Christmas gift to them.
Oh, nice.
Is taking them on this skydive.
Man.
I know. And we went on a buoy. So that was a really nice field to jump from. But I'd forgotten until I jumped out of the plane that I had motion sickness. So that first descent, it was like, oh yeah, that's right, Terry, you have motion sickness. But then once you started to,
Right,
to glide a little
sure.
bit, once the chute opened up, I was able to maintain. But lesson learned. So
Yeah, but when I talk to people, that's what they say. Once the shoot ends up, it's like this
Oh, it's
really
phenomenal.
enjoyable. Yeah,
it was incredible.
Yeah.
And I would do it again. I tell people, like, I wouldn't seek it out, but if somebody said, hey, Terry, you want to skydive? I'd be your girl. I'd
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
What I didn't think about when I scheduled it was that here we all 3 of us are in this plane, and there are other people as well. And you're strapped to your tandem person, and I was at the very back of the plane, so it didn't I didn't pre-play like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to watch my kids jump out. That created more anxiety for me than me stepping out.
Oh man.
I know, and it was just like I had that
your
little bit of
babies,
clutch.
It's
I know,
like,
it was just, oh my gosh. And then I didn't know what color their chutes were. Didn't even think that I should even ask a question like that. So I'm kind of watching below me to see, can I see my kids? Because, that whole mama bear thing, jumps in and you're like, wait a second, I want to make sure my kids hit the ground so that I can make sure they're
safely. You want to make sure they hit the ground safely.
Yeah. It was neat though. It was neat. So I would do it again now that
Well,
I
you're
had
up
a lot
with
of
the
ginger.
next. Go ahead.
Stop.
Jump.
Yeah. But I liked it. You should do it. I think anything you want to do, you should get it in.
Absolutely. Life is too short.
Yeah, Chicago Skydive, I think they have in Michigan City and in one of the airports out in the western suburbs.
Yes.
So is that the one you did?
No, I went to Beloit, Wisconsin.
All right.
Yeah, just smaller field. Yeah, it just was it was a very neat experience. Definitely a neat experience. But ziplining is the next for me. That's been my next one for a little bit. I just haven't known where to do it. I can't get to Costa Rica.
Right.
But somebody told me you can zip line down in the Mammoth Caves.
Ooh, that would be fun.
On the
wow.
Indiana
I've heard that.
Kentucky border. Yes. And you can zip line in the caves.
I know it's becoming a thing up here. There's a couple of amusement parks around here that have like nothing like what you have down in like Costa Rica, but
actually,
they have
right
small.
next to Deep River Water Park. There's a little zip
Yeah.
lining
Oh, yeah, I
thingy.
saw that. But I don't want to do it that way.
No, I know.
And,
I know. But I'm saying, like, for somebody who just wants to go try it or something,
Yeah,
that's there. But
if I'm going to go, it's going to be the full Monty.
you gotta do it where you're really experiencing something, not just doing it to do it.
Right.
Wave at the monkeys as you go by.
I'm hoping to see a lot of birds. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
I'm a
She's
bird
a big
lover,
bird.
so it's one of the things we're going to do. Is going to go on a birding hike while we're there too.
What is that?
A hike, but where you're birding, where you get to see all the different types, because there's so many cool birds in Costa Rica that we don't get to see here.
Because
So-
I've never heard the term birding.
Yeah, you go birding.
Okay, is that like
Bird
like
watching.
bird watching?
Yeah.
But it's a new,
It's birding.
newer, updated version of bird watching. Yeah, I like that.
Bird watching is
People
too
with
long.
binoculars
Just say
and a
birding.
book and all that stuff.
I'm not taking a book. I just want to take my
Yeah.
camera. That's all I care about.
Okay.
And the
Get some
GoPro.
snaps. And the GoPro.
Yeah, I like that. What's going to be? What do you think is going to be your favorite destination coming up this year?
Well, Alaska's really exciting for me because it's the only state I haven't been to. So I finally get to write that off my bucket list.
Yeah.
And so I'm super excited about that. Every place I go is exciting to me. I mean, even if I go back to some place I've been to before, I always see something new that I didn't get to see before. So I don't know. I know that I'm going to get to go on a small princess cruise, an inaugurational type of cruise in November, December sometime for like 3.5 days. So I'm excited about that. I'm taking him to Texas in March.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
going to
so
go down to Lubbock.
There's another trip I'm going on with her.
That's right.
Yeah, I used to live in Lubbock, so it's kind of exciting
so for his
for me.
birthday, I'm taking him
Yeah.
back to visit his old stomping grounds
Yeah.
and
How
stuff.
cool is that?
Yeah, go see some of his old friends.
Yeah, the company I used to work for, that's where I used to be before I had to come back here as my dad. My dad's health was failing, so I came back here. But, it was just a great place to live. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful people. And I can't wait to get back and actually see some of them face to face, first time in 30 years.
I was going to ask, how long has it been? 30
Yeah,
years.
30 years. Yeah.
Now, has that community grown, or obviously I see it's changed?
Yeah, it has. It's when I was down there, it was roughly about 190,000, the city of Lubbock, and now when I just saw a report that it's like 250,000, and so I assume the county outside it grew as well. So, but yeah, Texas Instruments is down there, and they still have some business running down there, but it's a large. There's a lot of oil money and a lot of cotton fields, agricultural market. Yeah, it's kind of like this, and it's really out in the middle of the desert, literally. And but it is a beautiful town in the middle of the desert. It's Texas Tech, Texas Red Raiders, Raider Red. So they're. Yeah, it's a very, very conservative, religious community too. I mean, it's a great place to raise kids. In fact, one of the cultural changes I had going down. When you turn on the news here, even positive news, you hear about the murders, the robberies, and Lubbock news. It's kind of like they start their headlines out with what's going on with the schools and what's going on in the community, and it's weird. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, it was a real cultural shock coming back here because the news is totally different, the media.
I almost get a feeling like you're going back in time, like if you're there.
Yeah, in a way. Don't get me wrong;
Yeah.
they're very, very progressive economically and socially. It's just that it's a nurturing kind of environment. I mean, in fact, that's what I love being down there. I mean, our coworkers. It was such a close net. Yeah, it's such the company, unfortunately, I work for is no longer there. It was purchased, but the people are, and so, but the community, from what I understand, is just as vibrant and beautiful as it was back then, and close knit, and so, a neat place. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Well, that's going to be awesome. Get away, like right at the beginning of spring, and get a break from the weather.
I get to go see where he used to hang out. And,
oh man.
I lived in Texas, but I lived in Houston for a few years, so I know we'll be going to San Antonio at some point.
Another one of my favorite.
I love San Antonio.
My favorite cities in the United States: San Antonio, Riverwalk, and
we'll be going there, and I'll go visit my brother too down in Texas. So.
Is he in Houston?
No, actually, he is east of Waco now.
Okay.
My brother Michael is my other brother Michael. My brother Pat is a cowboy, like big time cowboy. That's what he does. So
nice.
He used to be a professional bull rider, and
very much into the scene.
Yeah, so he lives on a little ranch, rides his horse all over the place, and feeds horses, and goes hunting, and does all his cowboy stuff.
It's got to be his passion.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's good people.
Are you looking at yourself on
had a month in Waco.
It's
many moons ago, 35 years ago probably now.
Yeah.
I did where I went to college, it was an internship. So in the month of January, you could go in the field of what you thought you wanted to do for the rest of your life. Yeah. So I spent a month at the VA hospital in Waco. So I remember it was a good time to visit Texas because of the weather. But very different. Very different. Wow.
Very different than here, for sure.
For sure. Love it. So what else on your agenda for 2019?
That's pretty much about it. I'm working here locally and then doing the show, and that's pretty much it. And just get involved in the community.
So anyone tuning in, keep an ear open, and I guess feel free to reach out to Bill and Healy if you've got ideas.
Anything in Northwest Indy, the Chicagoland area. We're very passionate about promoting and showcasing what's going on good in the area.
Well, then, any idea when you're thinking you're going to step off on the round table or the town hall meeting?
Probably in another couple more weeks, maybe next month, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, so this is right around the corner.
Yeah. We've got to get the people together and do planning sessions and things of that nature, and go from there.
I love it. And do you have a space yet for that, or are you still looking at that?
That's the part of the planning. Either it's going to be at a restaurant or in the Bill and Kelly studio, or we don't know.
Well, I know Phil said something about Byway. We might be able to use them too.
Right.
They have
a couple of they have a nice
room back there that's perfect for something like that. We did a round table there. And we talked about the coffee and the brewing industry and how they're kind of collaborating now with these coffee flavored brews and everything. So we had some coffee people and some brewery people, and we talked about that. It was wonderful.
Oh, I love that.
Our cameraman's running out of steam.
Oh, is he running out of steam? Gotcha. Well, then I guess let's close up. Want to thank everybody who's been listening and tuning in. You have been listening to WVLP 103.1 FM, also streaming at WVLP.org.
Yes.
Again, want to thank the underwriter for today's show, Ryan Eberhardt with Diamond Residential Mortgage. Give him a call. He's wonderful. If you're looking for some residential financing or refinancing, his office is located on Route 30 at 350 Northland Drive. Here we go. In Valpo, and his direct phone line is area code 219-707-8429. Thanks, Ryan, and thank you WVLP for the opportunity to host a show and enjoyed my show with you guys today. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was wonderful.